Again, welcome. I'm going to try to share this in a couple different places, but I am so excited you are here, and I'm excited to have this conversation again and about how to love your body again as a mom. And, I've been serving women in the health and wellness space for the last 7+ years. And of those 7+ years, only nearly 3 of those have I been a mom. But I've actually served all of the women, or most of them have been moms. But, I do serve other women. But I just think as a mom myself, I think that there are things, there are barriers, there are mindset things, there's so much that comes with loving your body. And we're going to talk about what I mean by how to love your body, like loving your body. Because I think that loving your body differs for each person, what that actually means. I'm talk about kind of, 3 things that I think can really help you love your body. In a powerful way. Just bear with me 1 second. As I'm sharing this in a couple places, I want you to let me know if you're on live, where you're tuning in from. Where are you tuning in from? Are you tuning in from Arkansas? Are you tuning in from Florida? Are you tuning in from England? Like, where are you tuning in from? I would love to hear that. Because it's just so fun to get to know where people are. We live in a global world, and the internet allows us to be connected in ways that we were never able to be connected before. And so it's so fun. I'm going to share this in one more place. I am here in Florida, where the weather is warming up. Like 2 weeks ago, it was cold, and now it is warm. And I'm like, I actually don't know if I do have clothes for it, but I've been slowly redoing my wardrobe over the last year, and it's just like, am I prepared for this? I don't even know if I'm actually prepared for warm weather. But we're here anyways. So let me know where you're tuning in from, and then we'll get started. I'm really excited to share today. Okay, tea time with Bree. That's what we're calling these. I'm going to try as often as I can, when schedule and everything allows it, to come on live 8 p.m. Eastern every Tuesday night when I have childcare, to do tea time with Bree. It's just where we're going to be shooting the breeze, drinking your tea. I actually was trying to feed my youngest before I got here, so I didn't bring my tea with me, but normally I would bring my tea. There's a bottle of water here. I don't know if this is my bottle of water now that I think about it, so we're not going to drink that. But we're gonna just get a warm cup of tea, decaf coffee, or if you can handle caffeinated at night, of your Savvy Shine if you drink that. And we're just gonna come here and gather and have real conversations about real things. That's my heart. Like, that's what you do over stew. You spill the tea. You talk about real things. Okay. And I was just thinking about what first of all, I was going to start these next week, and I was like, no, I got to talk about this now. Again, and if there are any topics you want to talk about or cover, like, let's do that, right? This is you, me going back and forth. Okay, so tea time with Brie. And I just started to think about what has been the thing in my own wellness journey, or the pattern that I have seen with women that I've worked with, that has really been either a sticking point, a point of contention, or something that we've worked through. And I think it is this: learning to love your body again. And what's interesting is, from a very young age, we grow up with messages that we learn. Whether they're intentional or not, there are messages about our body. Depending on the family you're in, the environment you're in, the culture you're in, you're going to get a certain message. And in other places, you might get another message. You're going to get messages about the color of your skin. You're going to get messages about the texture or length of your hair. You're going to get messages about makeup, no makeup. You're going to get messages about your clothes. You're going to get messages about sizing, firmness, tightness. You're going to get messages about all kind of things when you are a woman or a young girl. And I have a daughter, and very protective. I feel like I'm more protective of my daughter than my son, even though my daughter's older, because I understand the way the world is, and I just am like, and she's such a free spirit, and she's like, just loves life. She doesn't care what people think. And I just want to protect that in her. I want to always affirm you're beautiful just the way you are. Your personality is amazing, even though you are a leader and a firecracker in the making. I love it, but I'm still going to get it wrong. I'm still going to get it wrong. Like, there's no perfect parent. There's no perfect, and there are going to be messages that I unintentionally communicate to my daughter that are not going to be helpful. right? And so first, let's acknowledge that there are messages about your body that you have received throughout your whole life, right? And if we're like, this is a safe space, like you always can feel free to message me individually if you don't feel like sharing here, but like, what are some of those messages for you? Like, what are some of those messages that you've been told about your body? Now, they can be positive. Like, let's not just highlight the negative ones. Like, maybe like some of us have had very positive experiences with the messages or the thoughts or beliefs that we have received of our body throughout the years. Some of them, sometimes not, you know. I think in many ways, a lot of the messages that we have received have to do with how we look on the outside. Sadly, even though like literally stuff that happens within both male and female bodies, but especially female bodies, is like literally miracles happening. And okay, if you are a mom, literally you've had a miracle. Your body performed a miracle. And so we need to figure out why we are letting thoughts say otherwise. We are letting our actions or other actions say otherwise, because literally like this is just like, it's like holy, it's just like set apart. Like what happens is like literally a sacred miracle having a baby, by the way, but doesn't feel like it in the moment. You know what I'm saying? But, and so just like, what are those messages for you that you have received? And because those messages are what I like to say, beliefs have shaped your view, your image of your body. And whether that image is positive or not, we need to talk about, because most of us, it's not positive. Most of us have not received positive images, again, whether intentionally or unintentionally, from people we know, we love, or society or media about our bodies. All right. And so we've spent a lot of our life trying to conform our bodies to a certain message, certain standard that is impossible to meet. You know, we see people often and we judge, we say like, oh man, they can eat whatever they want or whatever, you know, and it's like, are they happy with their bodies? Maybe, maybe not. Right. Again, so we need to just really like, and that's one thing I'll talk about here is our mindset, our beliefs, our thoughts. These are 6 pillars that make up mindset. And I talk about this all the time because it's powerful to think about this in every situation. Comes from Jen Sincero. You're a badass at making money. Love that book. Your beliefs drive your thoughts, which drive your words, which drive your emotions, then drive your actions and create your reality. So if you believe that your body is not beautiful, is imperfect, you're going to think that, you're going to say things like that, whether you say it out loud or in your mind. Because sometimes people are like, oh, I'm not saying it out loud. No one is like, oh, I'm not negative, but not negative. Or, oh, I love you. Like, oh, gosh, she's so confident. But you think these. It's just like saying it, right? Thinking in the words and then how we feel. Then that shapes what we do to and with our bodies. And then that creates our reality, right? And so many of us are not loving on our bodies because of some belief that we have about our bodies. All right. And so for me, some of those beliefs, like, I don't want to say I was overweight as a kid. I don't know. I was on the thick side, you know, and I started playing sports, a lot of sports at one time, just because that's what I did. And I just was like, oh, maybe I should change what I'm eating. And I lost weight and I got smaller. I got toner, all these things, cause and effect, right? And I just started people started saying things like, you're looking great. You know, again, people did not mean by that, but like my mind, especially as a young teenage girl, was just like, noticed, affirmed, seen. I wonder if smaller equals this, right? So no one may have specifically told me that, but I created that belief. Now, you know, fast forward a different point in my life where I started to deal with situations by lack of food and overexercise, and then on the other end, too much food, too little exercise, not eating, overeating, and gained back weight. I got messages for sure then, right? And so we all have these messages, and for many of us, is thin is beautiful, a certain size, a certain weight, that's what you need to be in order to have some worth, to be beautiful, all these things. When literally, guys, let's just talk about this. Let's just talk about this. Literally what weight is just the amount of gravity and mass that is put on that little scale. That's what your weight is. Now, does your weight impact your health? It does. There is a correlation. Is it the only thing you should consider? Absolutely not. And literally what we use, this BMI scale and all that, was not even created for health reasons. And yes, insurance companies, doctors use it, but it's not. So let's just ignore that. Throw away the scale, first of all. No, but there is a room for the scale, a little bit on your weight. But I just think we're so concerned with it that we're ignoring other things that are actually important to our health. And yes, Dana, the mind is a powerful thing. And so you got to get clear on what you truly believe about your body. That's the first thing, your mindset, because it's driving your thoughts, your words, your actions, your reality, how you feel. Okay. Now let's talk about then as a mom. All right. So your mom, that means you went through the miracle process / hard process of creating, housing, and ushering forth another human being into this world. You know, it's crazy. In my last child, my second pregnancy was quicker. Things were different situation. And I just remember I was like, what am I doing? Like, this is the hardest thing I've ever done. And I was very not quiet. I was very vocal about how much pain I was in. And then literally I had him, held him in my arm. And I literally, one of the first thoughts that came to my mind was like, I'll do this again. Wild, right? Wild. But it was because literally the fact that like, this is a human being and I get to care for and love and loves me back. And it's just such a miracle. And my body did that. Yeah, like, you know, hubby had his role, but my body did that. And that to me is like, why am I not kind with my body? Again, even if you're not a mom or don't intend to be, like, the fact that your body can do that is amazing, right? And or brings, like, literally everyone in this world came from a woman. So so we just got to keep that in mind. And yet, you know, I found that with my first, it was in the pandemic, I wasn't doing much, seeing much, whatever. And it was your first time. I actually was kinder to myself than I was with my second. But it was very early on that I caught myself being like, I remember being in the shower and just thinking about like how often after you have a baby, whether it's been a month or 2 months, a year, 2 months, whatever, or decades, we have this mindset that like our bodies need to just go back to what they were before. We need to go back to our fitness level, back to our dress size, back to our like everything. And the reality is the more kids you have, it go harder to be. But it's possible. We're going to talk about how it's possible to still care for your body. But I think we just need to realize that like we are creating unrealistic expectations for ourselves time and time again when it comes to our health and our body. And that's hurting us. It's really hurting us. You know, you would never say half the things you say to your child. No, sorry, not to your child. Well, yes, to your child or to a friend that you say to yourself about your body. But we allow it. I don't understand. Why do we do that? I just remember early on sitting with my first child, like I had to create an affirmation. This is what I'm going to talk about in regards to like, once you identify those beliefs or messages, how to switch it is to create an alternative truth, the real truth. And I just remember saying to myself, I'm going to love myself. I am. We want to say it in the present. I am loving myself no matter what size, shape, or scale number I'm at. I am loving myself no matter what size, shape, or scale number I am. And I just said that over and over. And what that attunes to is that I choose to love myself no matter if I'm a size 0 or a size, I don't even know the biggest size it goes to, right? 16, 18. I'm choosing to love myself whether my hips have that like smooth curve or it goes a little out like this. I am choosing to love myself, whatever that number on the scale says. It doesn't define who I am, my love for myself. And I just think that's a powerful affirmation for you to say, because it's one that speaks to you choosing to accept and love your body as it is right now. as it was, as it is, and as it will be, right? Because it may change for different reasons, but guess what? You still love it. You still cherish it, right? And I think that's powerful. And so when you identify the beliefs or messages or the thoughts or things that you're saying about yourself, there's a 3-step process you could do to kind of switch the thoughts. Catch it, twist it, release it. So you're going to catch that thought. Stop letting it linger too long. I think I've been trying to catch myself in these thoughts a lot quicker. Especially the ones I don't verbalize, being like, why am I like, what's coming up? Like, why am I feeling like, okay, my pants are a little tight? Is it because I like ate a little bit too much of this? Oh, it's because I'm not working out as intensely, all this sort of stuff. And ask myself, like, okay, catch it. I'm catching that. And I'm going to twist it. What is the truth? What's the truth? And I'm going to say, man, Mariana, you just brought 2 babies into this world. You doing your thing. You're running business. You try and keep care of your, trying to make your house clean, doing your best. It's like, no. And it's like, okay, your body's awesome. It's waking you up, all this sort of things. Catch it, twist it, tell myself truth. And then I release the thought. And the thing is about this catching, twisting, and releasing, it's not that you're ever not going to think those thoughts again, but as you practice this process, it gets quicker and quicker and quicker for you to fight those thoughts and not let them linger. Because when they linger, guess what? It's going to shift how you feel about your body, and it's going to shift what you do to and with your body. All right. So the first part is look at, what are you believing? What are the messages you have believed or are you currently believing about your bodies? And how can we catch it, twist it, and release it? All right. And please feel free to use the comments to process, or again, if you want a safer space, feel free to message me. The next is, what are you doing? Like, so mindset, then actions, or what I like to call habits. You might be like, Brianna, lack thereof habits. But listen, as a mom, I think as a mom of a young kids who are with me, and so my time is often taken up by them, and my schedule right now is like differs, like sometimes they're on a schedule, sometimes not. It can be very hard to prioritize what I like to call non-negotiables, daily non-negotiables, to take care of myself, to those simple disciplines. One, it's hard because time feels scarce, but then 2, I still find myself thinking that not just that I have to do what I used to do, but that like X, Y, and Z. So looking at beliefs again, this is what it means to take care of my body. This is what it means to be healthy. In reality, that's not always what it means. Yeah, for some people, it might be an hour of working out a day. That's their version. But sometimes in certain seasons, you got to adjust that. Do you know what you can do in 10 minutes of intentional exercise? Like, you can get a good workout. Literally, I think mine was 7 minutes today. And I was like, that's good. That's awesome. Yesterday was longer, whatever. And I just think that this is something we need to look at. We need to ask ourselves, are we making it more complicated to do the things that we know help and nourish our bodies and love on our bodies? Because when you say you love something, when you can do all the mindset work you want, but if you don't treat your body as if you love it, you don't really love your body. And it's the same thing with like you're in relationship with your body, right? Like if there was someone in your life and you're like, I love you, but you didn't treat them, you don't treat them, or they don't treat you like there's actual love, then like, do you really love me? You know? And so one, yeah, you got to define what loving your body means. And again, I think you have to look at what you're saying and saying about it and what you're doing to or with it. And this is where healthy habits come in, right? And disciplines and all that. And again, I just think we need to make it simpler. Like, consistency is key, not like a lot of things is key. Like, it's just consistency. So if you can be consistent with drinking your water, if you can be consistent with getting your sleep as much as you can, if you can be consistent with movement, if you can just be consistent, your body will thank you. And so a couple of weeks ago, I was like, you know what, I got to find something that works for me in regards to like certain habits. Well, again, my daily non-negotiables for me being healthy and well holistically. And some of them are 5. I have like 7, but 5 of them I really try to do because that relate just to me, because I think often it's very easy to prioritize the ones that relate to others. Like, oh, I want to spend intentional time with my kids. Like, that's going to happen. Yeah. But for me, it's reading, like reading a book, reading something that's inspiring, developing, scripture, reading scripture, praying or journaling. I like to do both together. Writing, working on my book, and then exercise. I just found that all of those tended to be hard since having 2 kids or kids in general. And so I just got a little habit tracker app, and I just like, okay, as much as I can, I like in my mind do them, but I just try to like swipe and actually say I tracked it. But like, did I do 10 minutes of exercise today? Did I do 10 minutes of writing? Did I do this? And just made it small, like the power of 10. You got 10 minutes. You got 10 minutes. And this is often what I tell my clients who like, a recent client was like, yeah, I want to start exercising consistently. Biking is just better for my body now. And I'm like, just start with 10 minutes a couple times a week. And you know what's been happening is I did a workout yesterday, and I follow kind of two training programs. And I did one kind of like the normal, like not the normal, the version I would have done before having kids or recently postpartum. And it was tough. But while doing it, I was like, oh my goodness, like I'm getting fitter. Like I just felt it. I felt that I was getting fitter. I was stronger. I had better cardiovascular endurance, strength, stamina, all of that. And I just was like, you know what that came from? That didn't come from me like going hard intensely all the time. That came from consistency. Right. Also came from like I've been really this last week or two just wanting to be very careful, not careful, zoned in on nutrition, like eating more foods that make me feel good and less foods that don't make me feel good. And I just was like amazed. I was like, yeah, consistency is really key. So I think that would be my thing for you, like looking at first, looking at what does it mean for you to love your body again, defining that for yourself. And then what beliefs or messages have you been telling yourself that aren't helpful or the ones that are helpful? And then how can you catch, twist, and release those thoughts, the ones that aren't great, catch it, twist it to say a truth, and then release it. And then, second, I think is what we do with our body, our habits, and really encourage you to think about, and feel free to share here, whether you're on Facebook or Instagram, watching live or replay, what are your daily non-negotiables? You could start with 3, 5, 5 max to really kind of just like not overwhelm yourself. But like for you, it may be like, I need to be in sunshine 10 minutes a day, or I need to, sit quiet, or I need to make sure I get sleep. Like you just know the things that help you look and feel your best. And what are they? Again, I think mine is exercise, reading, writing, praying, and scripture. Like those, just like a lot of like developing stuff and then moving my body. Right. So those are like what I like to call my 5 non-negotiables in this season. It might switch. So that's another thing, guys. Things might switch. You got to be willing to adapt. And so, my kids are nearly 3, nearly 1. When my son starts walking, things are going to be a whole other ball game, right? So I'm gonna have to adjust. And then when they're older, taking care of themselves, it's going to adjust, right? So I just think as a mom, we need to see, one, we're amazing. We're taking care of humans and making sure they're like learned, they're fed, they're loved, all of stuff, literally a full-time job plus some. But we still need to love on our bodies, model that to them, but also just because we deserve it and no one else is going to take care of us. Like, when your kids get older, well, not no one else is going to take care of it, but when your kids get older, you want them to you're trying your whole life. I had a friend tell me this, and I just thought it was amazing, but also different perspective that like, she's like, oh no, she's like, I'm basically raising kids to leave me. And I was like, what? Like, yeah, I'm raising kids to be independent and move out one day. It's like, that's a very interesting way of looking at it. We want them to eat and be independent. When your kids leave, you want them to practice taking care of themselves too. And so why aren't you? Right? I know you're a servant. I know you care. I know you love, but we have to ask ourselves, what are we saying and thinking about our bodies, and how are we treating it? Because that is going to tell us whether we love it or not. And again, I get it more than ever. Like, it's just hard. Time, energy, motivation, encouragement. And I think that's why it is so important to get support. I was going to say 3 things, but we're going to add support in there. Just because literally we're trying to operate on an island, and we are not meant to do this alone. None of it. We're not meant to do our health journey alone, our life journey, our career journey, our business journey. Like, we're just not meant to, even in fun and going on adventures. life is so much better with people. It's just so much better. And I actually love it. Like I was on a call today with some other coaches, and I just was like, there's so many different types of coaches here, and it's awesome. It's just like coaching, yeah, around money mindset, but like a specific thing, and coaching around, like, yeah, single parents, and how navigating life after all, and that, coaching around helping moms and parents who have premature kids. Like, there are so many things that happen in our life that it's just way better to do it with people. And that's why I became a coach. That's why I became a health coach, because I just knew that, like, I wasn't the only one dealing with this stuff, and I still am. I'm not the only one. And that's why it's my mission to see women made well holistically, but to find peace with food, their bodies, and themselves, and love on their bodies again, because that's what's going to help you look good and feel good from the inside out. Not a number on the scale, but when you like find peace with yourself and really choose to, in your mind and in your actions, love on your body, it will make the world of difference, right? Kind of get an amen. Amen. So yeah, so like what support do you need? So like you're looking at your beliefs, you're looking at, okay, yeah, I gotta like catch it, twist it, release it. You're looking at actions like, yeah, I need to do all that, but I've tried and it's hard. And I keep running up against an obstacle and I keep going back, or like I feel like I'm feeling. Well, what support have you gotten? What support is out there for you? Is it, some people are, self-sufficient, just need like a course or a podcast or a friend, an accountability partner, or just need like a habits tracker. Or some people, some of you might need a coach. You might need a coach. I have coaches in so many areas of my life, and that's one thing I must say, I'm not shy in investing in support for myself, because I know that when I am supported, I'm able to do the things I want to do for everyone else way better, way better, right? And so what's the support look like for you in loving your body again? Is it a coach to walk alongside you to help you work through the mindset and the habit things? Is it, again, accountability partner? Is it a Facebook group? Is it a podcast? Like, what is out there? You might have tried something that worked in the past and you feel like will work again. Can you try that again? I just think that there are so many options, especially with internet now. Like there are real humans out there who care. I'm one of them, but there's so many out there. There's some who are like, oh, they just want to make money. Let's be honest, but that's them, but find someone you trust, find someone that you resonate with and connect with them, right? And I'm going to talk with you at the very end about something exciting I have coming up, releasing next week, that if you are looking for support in loving your body again by working on the mindset, working on the habits, it's going to be perfect for you. And then third, so your mindset and habits, but how you dress your body. Like, I would have never added this a year ago because I just didn't think about it. But after having my son, and was like, I was in maternity clothes way too long with my daughter. And part of it was we were in the pandemic, and just like, yeah, we weren't going many places. This is comfortable. And even now, I'm still home a lot. But I just was like, I want to feel good and look good. And what I think and what I say has a huge role, but how I dress. You ever seen someone, you're like, she just looks put together. She might not feel put together, but she might just look it because her clothes, but I bet you help boost her confidence a bit. And so that's when I invested in some, I wasn't really big into premium lifestyle stuff before. Then I invested in some good quality ones that were about helping women love their bodies right now. And I said, I'm going to do it now at 3 months postpartum. And I'm so glad I did. It just like changed the way that I started to care for my body, treat my body, is look how I dress. Right. And that doesn't mean you need to be in like a fancy outfit all the time. But now I do my nails just because it makes me feel good, and my hair's growing out, so I'm trying to figure out a regular hairdo for it, or just put on a little lip gloss or a little mascara, whatever. But like how I dress, because especially, and I think on where you get your clothes from, because what I love about Savvy, which is a clothing line I'm a part of now, is well, it's more than clothing line, beauty, apparel, and wellness, is it's fit on real women. So if I get a large bottom, I'm always going to get a large bottom, unless it's specifically created oversized. And I love that because it shows that, like, okay, they're thinking about real women. They're not just thinking about like And it's harder. It is harder to create clothes on real women because you have to, oh, try it on, then adjust, then try it on, then adjust, And so how you dress has everything. Now, don't get me wrong, yesterday was laundry day. So I was in like, I don't even know what I was wearing. It's just like, whatever. But then some days I'm like, no, I'm going to like put on something, and just like, and it's simple, easy, quick. And I feel like I'm more fashionable than I was when I was younger, but I just think that has a huge, huge, huge role. And I just do think when you show up and treat your body well, clothe your body as well as you can, and you treat it differently. You think about it differently, you treat it differently. And so I would say that's the third element. If you have not considered that, consider that. Like, how are you regularly dressing? Is it like helping you feel good in your body? Are you dressing just to hide certain things? So I've even challenged myself. Like I used to like longer tops because it's like I got bigger hips and now I have like a little belly. I want to say mom belly. It's just a belly. But I got like a short crop top and I was like, you're going to wear that short crop top and it's fun. You look good, And so and I love the community that is so welcoming of everyone. Like we had a beautiful community page of like 50,000 women that like women are always sharing what they wear and we're just cheering each other on. So that's something else to consider. All right. The third thing is, how are you dressing? Are you feeling confident what you're wearing? Is it making you look and feel great, or is it making you just want to, hide your body a little bit more? And then if you want to learn more about some of my favorite pieces to like help and look and feel confident, definitely please reach out. Okay. So those are my three things for you today. Simple but powerful, but not easy. Well, four, right? What are you thinking and saying about your body? What are the messages or beliefs that you have? And how can you catch it, twist it to say a truth and release it? Right. And this is something I like. Most of my clients leave every time with an affirmation. We leave like, okay, what affirmation are you going to say today? And then how are you treating your body? How are you taking care of it? What are your daily non-negotiables for you to just feel well, but for you to also show up well in taking care of your body, right? And then what support do you need to help you with number 1 and 2, to work on your mindset and your habits, right? And then fourth, like, what are you wearing? Is that helping? Or is that making you feel good in your body again? Amy says, same. I put on a new crop sweater today that I bought maybe 4 weeks ago. I'm not sure why I waited. Yeah, why are we waiting? I did a reel like a few months ago being like, I didn't wait. I didn't wait until my body was this. I didn't wait. Like I just got something that fit now. May my body get smaller at one point? Maybe, who knows? I might have to change my size, but then, all right, that's fine. I'll go get some other ones, so stop waiting. And I would even challenge you to throw out the clothes that don't fit. Every week, I'm just trying to throw out a piece or two that don't fit or I don't wear anymore, or just don't make me feel my best, or donate them, and so let go. That's a way of letting go, So let me know your biggest takeaway. If you've listened or watched this, whether live or replay, let me know your biggest takeaway. And of the 4 things I mentioned, mindset, habits, support, and watching what you're, what you're wearing, which one are you going to work on this week? Like, what's one thing you can work on in one of those areas to love on your body again? What you're saying or believing, how you're treating your body, what support you have in really taking care of those 2 things. And then as well, like, what are you wearing? Okay. And then, 2 ways that I can help you love on your body again as a mama, is through coaching. Starting next week, I will be sharing about a special scholarship. I don't know if I've done this maybe once, but I haven't done it like this, a scholarship to my 3-month coaching program. Yeah, I'm so excited. If you are a mom or a woman, just ambitious working woman, and you're like, I'm ready to love on my body again by what I say, how I treat it, really to work on my relationship with food. I think this is for you. It's a 3-month program, one-on-one. It's high touch. It's a space for you to be completely honest, to share, to share those thoughts, to share those struggles, and for us to simplify it, for you to be encouraged to go ahead and take care of yourself. So if you are interested in learning more about that coaching scholarship opportunity, please let me know, and you will be on the list to find out right about it when it comes out. So please let me know. And then lastly, or secondly, as I mentioned, I am in a season of helping more women look good and feel good, not just through the coaching work, but through what they're wearing. And if you're looking for some pieces that really light you up, accent the things you want to accent, are functional but yet beautiful, please reach out. We actually are having this week an end of season sale with some really special items that are really, at a good price. So you're not going to want to wait. So, but yeah, please reach out if you're interested in getting support from the coaching point of view and interested in that scholarship opportunity, and reach out if you are looking for some pieces to help you feel good again and love your body again by what you're wearing. Dana says treating. Tell us more, Dana. Like, what does treating your body differently look like this week for you? I know you are always up in those workouts. You are getting them, inspiring other women to take care of their body, because Dana got kids. You got kids, and she's taking care of her body. It's amazing. It's beautiful, beautiful to see. So, do we have any questions? I talked for IT time, but I'm here to answer any questions, any comments. And again, if you're watching the replay later, drop it in here. I will comment back and get to you there that way. But this is fun. I'm going to try to next week do another tea time with Bree and actually have my tea with me this time. But yeah, right here on Instagram or Facebook at Madewell Women, if you want to learn more. And if you are also wanting to learn more about loving on your body and some tips and tricks, I do have a podcast, the Madewell Women podcast, that new episodes are coming on every Friday now that I'll be releasing. I have some guests that come out every Friday, so you're welcome to listen to that. I need to eat better by eating more while I work out, more protein. Yeah. So that's another thing. I was actually working on my book today, about 10 minutes, right? And I was writing about how when to and when not to go on a quote unquote diet. And one of the reasons why I think it's not to is when we are or diet or just restriction in some way, is when we realize, like, when we need, our body basically needs certain things, and we may not realize that, like, certain things will be like not giving our body that. And sometimes it's easy to like not eat enough protein. Actually, that's one of the easiest things not to eat enough, Dana. Even my husband, who, like, when he tracks and weighs, he's like, I have to eat this much more protein. It's just like hard. That's why I love my protein stuff that I use from doTERRA. It's so great, so great, so great. Yeah, so eat more protein. Let us know how you're going to eat more protein this week. Love that. For me, I'm working on my mindset, man. I'm catching and twisting and releasing those thoughts. Like, I'm saying that affirmation. I am loving my body no matter what size, shape, or scale number it's at. Because guess what, guys? This Friday, I'm going on Fashion Friday with Savvy. Meaning I'm going to be streamed onto the World Wide Web or internet, social media. And I don't know what I'm wearing yet. I don't know till tomorrow. I'm like, is it going to be flattering for my body? Is it not? But I'm like, you know what? My body is awesome. Practicing what I preach here, right? And no one else is going to think anything different. It's just me, right? Often we think people are thinking about us, but 90% of the time people are thinking about themselves. So don't worry about people think. Thank you, Amy, and thank you, Dana. I'm excited. I'm excited for it. Here in Tampa. And Amy, there should be one coming near you too in the Northeast. I'll send you some info on that. Okay, so that's it from me. See you all next week, and make sure you reach out if you are interested in learning more about the Love Your Body coaching program that I am doing, offering a scholarship for, that I'm going to share more about next week. And let me know if you're interested in getting some pieces that make you love on your body by what you wear. All right, ladies, thank you for joining me. It's a gift to be here, and I'll talk to you all later.